Ladies and gentlemen, the climate alarmists, the doomsters are coming for our beer. Yes, they are coming for beer drinkers because that's probably the best way to get people to follow their narrative. All right, we have a new report that's been published and reported by Sky News. Of course, Sky News. Look at this headline. Climate crisis will change the taste of beer and it will make it more expensive according to the scientists. If you like the taste of your beer, in that case, make sure to recycle every night and make sure to change hashtags and all the emojis on your social media. Make sure to follow Just Stop Oil, otherwise the taste of your beer will change. Now, this is based on certain assumptions. And I decided to do some research into this, and I found out the report was actually published by Nature Communications. It was called Climate-Induced Decline in the Quality and Quantity of European Hops, calls for immediate adaptation measures. The issue with this is that it's based on the worst case scenario and no action. They're simply saying that, well, if we're going to have more droughts and situations where rain doesn't happen, then yes, by 2050 your beer will taste different. But they are already going with net zero anyway, which means they promised us that their extreme net zero targets, when they get hit, apparently, this won't happen. It's the same scenario that we had with the Brexit negotiations. Do you remember when the establishment were doing all this research into no deal Brexit? And then we discovered, the civil service and everybody else, we found out, they were only considering the worst case scenario, as in you leave the European Union and there is absolutely no trade agreement with the EU and no other country will do any trade with you, and then that's how the economy will crash. Well, that's just not feasibly right anyway. Anyway, look at the details of this. Because they're saying that all scenarios predicted a decline in hop yields between 12% and 35% over between 2021 and 2050 across all the obviously hop growing regions in Europe, and mainly Portugal, Spain, these countries. But then you also have a section where it says, since agricultural droughts are projected to increase with high confidence in Southern Europe and medium confidence in Central Europe, it will be necessary to expand the area of aroma hops by 20% compared to the current production area to compensate for a future decline. But again, if they're going to go out there and translate that research that is based on certain assumptions and worst case scenario, and then get in touch with Sky News, for example, and Sky News, their so-called journalists, would basically write an article with this headline, is this really helping the debate, do you think? Climate crisis will change the taste of beer and make it more expensive, blah, blah, blah. It's absolutely boring, but we are here to fact check the fact checkers. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.